Hi, my name is Bailey Starcher. I'm a senior at the University of Charleston in the psychology department, and my I3 presentation is on the Black Lives Matter movement, the LGBTQ plus rights, and female rights. At the beginning of the global pandemic back in 2020, there were a few hot topics that were circulating highly in the media, such as the Black Lives Matter movement, female rights, LGBTQ plus rights, and so we wanted to compare the general population's opinions of those topics to their political typology. So for this study, we hypothesized that the participants who did vote more liberally would be in favor of those hot topics as far as supporting them. So for our study, since we wanted to test the general population's opinions, we definitely wanted to use social media platforms to obtain our participants instead of just the University of Charleston students. So we ended up using Facebook and Instagram to do so. At the beginning, when they signed up, each participant was sent a participation number. That way they could all be kept anonymous. In that same message, the participants were also sent a link with their directions to follow for filling out 4 different forms. So the consent form, the demographic form, the political typology quiz, as well as the questionnaire form, and the debriefing statement was attached to the end of the questionnaire. For our participants, we ended up obtaining 60 participants, and in the first thing that they filled out after they finished the consent form was the demographic form, and we asked our participants about the race, sex, gender, religion, state residency, age, and education level. And as you can see, the top 3 education levels that we found were high school or GED equivalent, some college or vocational school, or a bachelor's degree. Once the participants completed their demographic form, they were then directed to the Pew Research Center's political typology quiz. Once completed, they then went to our questionnaire where they were to indicate which section they fell under for the political typology. Then they were asked to complete 3 main sections of questions revolving around the 3 hot topics that were chosen at the beginning, and then they were also asked to indicate their participant number that they were assigned in the original message. The 3 main categories of political typology that we've seen in our study were the solid liberals, the disaffected Democrats, and the market skeptic Republicans. Our questionnaire that we had built was built on a 7-point Likert type scale, and there was a total of about 15 to 20 questions per each of the 3 main sections. Below you can see 3 examples of questions that we had put on the study. So an example would be the LGBTQ plus citizens should be ashamed of their sexuality, and as you can see from our responses, the majority of them were strongly disagree, whereas I love and support my friends and family that are a part of the LGBTQ plus community. We're all strongly agree. And then even to our female rights section, where we propose the question of women should be allowed to serve in all areas of the military. As you can see, there was 1 or 2 responses that were strongly disagree, but a majority of them did fall on the strongly agree to disagree category. When we first developed the study, we did run a pilot study. It was a very small group of participants, so we didn't find any significance found, but it did allow us to construct the type of design that we wanted, which was a quasi-experimental design with no random group assignment, and that way we could do a group comparison. Once our study was concluded, we did revert back to our original hypothesis that just said that the participants who did vote more liberally would be more in favor of the hot topics. We did conduct 3 chi-squared analysis for each section of the questionnaire, and we did only find that 1 of them was significant. The chi-squared analysis that we did find was significant was the LGBTQ plus section, and it could be concluded that the original hypothesis was partially correct, as 1 of the 3 sections did show significance. As you can see below, the LGBTQ plus one is the top row right for the chi-squared tests. I also wanted to include the links to all of our questionnaires, consent forms, demographic forms, and the permission for the political typology quiz. We do just want to thank you for your time, and we hope you have a great day.